Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda and I have a almost 2.5-year-old named Maggie, and tomorrow I'll be 22 weeks pregnant already, which is just crazy. Time is absolutely flying by. Welcome to a day in the life. We are taking a chill day today, hanging out at home. It's gonna be hot as always. So I really want to take Maggie out to go swimming. I'm actually waiting on the pool person to come clean our pool for like their weekly cleaning, and they usually come first thing in the morning, but it's already kind of late and they haven't come yet, so I definitely don't want to be swimming while they show up. So I'm just waiting for them to come and then we'll go swimming. But I'm feeling extremely tired today. I have not been getting very good sleep the last couple days. Maggie's been having a couple rough nights. Yeah, I'm just like not really caught up on sleep or rest, I guess you could say. But that's okay. We had a little cup of coffee this morning, and hopefully just getting outside will help and going swimming will help. Since we're waiting to go swimming, I figure I'll take a moment to talk to you about my weaning journey, because I haven't really mentioned it in a long time because nothing was really happening with it. And I know I'm not the only one out there who is still nursing a toddler, because I have two good friends who are nursing their daughters who are the exact same age as Maggie, almost 2.5. So I know I'm not alone out there, so I want to just talk about it because I feel like no one really talks about weaning. They talk about like breastfeeding and stuff, but they don't talk about the weaning process, which I really struggled to find any support on how to do that with a very vocal, highly attached, intelligent toddler. I just felt very lost on that front. The beginning of July, I decided it was time to night wean because I was still like sleeping in bed with her because, oh, here she comes. What's up? I was just talking about weaning. Okay, bye. I was still sleeping in bed with her because she was still nursing a couple of times throughout the night, and she just like could not stay asleep. So I came up with a plan to night wean, which I really had like no idea how to do that. So my plan with Maggie was to read the book Love and Comfort for a while, which we did. I also started making her sleepy time tea before bed as like a special drink that we could share. And then I did a countdown for a couple days being like, okay, on this day, we're not gonna have milk anymore during the night until the sun comes up. The first couple nights was really rough. I wrote it down just so I would remember, and she did have some tantrums, but I stuck to it and I just was really calm because I knew that that's what we were doing. So I was able to be very patient and calm with her, even though it took a long time to get her back to sleep. And after about 3 days, she started to accept it. And I would say like it took on and off about a month. And then by the end of July, I realized she was starting to sleep through the night, which was just like a huge win for us. So that was the end of July. And then over the span of a couple of days, she would wake up in the morning at like 7:30 and come cuddle with me in my bed, which was so nice. I was able to sleep in my bed. And then she would sometimes ask for milk for a minute and sometimes not. And then at nap time, she sometimes asks for it, but sometimes she falls asleep on her own or just falls asleep in the car. So she was really only nursing at bedtime. And then I started to feel like my milk supply was dropping around 20 weeks pregnant, which I've heard that it could. So I just kind of went with that. I was like, hey, I think my milk's going away. So she tried to nurse and be like, is there anything in there? And she said, no, not really. I'm like, okay, well then don't try to nurse if there's nothing there. Like, let's just drink cow's milk. I would say it took about 4 to 6 weeks, but the last couple of days she has not nursed at all. So I think we're finally in the weaning process. I'm bummed because I didn't get like a little picture or anything to memorialize it, but I'm just thankful that it's over. It was such a long journey, and I'm very grateful for all the time that we had. And it is bittersweet because I feel like even just her sleeping independently is like such a big step, and she doesn't feel like a baby anymore. And I just don't want her to be like alone and lonely. Like the last night she got scared in the middle of the night, actually the last 2 nights. So last night she came and found us and she scared the crap out of me. She just like appeared in the doorway and I like woke up and saw her. So she slept in bed with us the rest of the night. She didn't nurse or anything, but yeah, so it's definitely going to be a process. And I've noticed the last couple of days that both of us are having a lot of high emotions. And I think that's just from weaning, like biologically and scientifically, like we're not getting that oxytocin release. Neither of us, we're not getting that calming thing like 3 times a day. So our emotions have been high. I've been feeling a little weepy. And I saw a post from the breastfeeding mentor about how weaning is actually similar to the postpartum period and it could last up to 6 weeks. And you might have like headaches, insomnia, mood swings, all that stuff. So I'm really glad I saw that a couple weeks ago and remembered it. Otherwise, I'd be like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with her? Why is she acting so difficult? Why am I having such a hard time? It's like, oh, it's because we're weaning. Like, this is a big biological change for my body. Even though I'm pregnant, it's like a whole nother hormone shift. So I'm going to give myself a couple weeks to kind of like feel it out. Just be grateful for everything that we went through together and give myself a little break for a few months until the next baby comes. That's my weaning update. Sorry if it's long, but I feel like it's really important to talk about because I feel like no one really does, especially nursing toddlers. No one really talks about it. I don't know if people are just embarrassed or I don't know what the deal is, but we need to talk about it because we need support during this time, especially when you have a vocal, intense toddler that they will not take no for an answer. So now I'm just waiting to go swimming and have a relaxing day with Maggie. It looks so pretty. All right, we had a casualty. I dropped my tripod off the counter and it cracked, but I just did super glue and some painter's tape for its little cast. So hopefully it still works. been a couple hours since we went swimming. We took a shower and I just started getting a really bad headache. So we laid in my bed and started watching Coco, and Maggie fell asleep, thankfully. So she's taking a little nap. I don't feel like taking a nap, but this headache is not going away. I took medicine before we went out to swim and didn't really do anything, so such a bummer. I just like tried to use my massage thing. It's not really helping. Laying down in the dark didn't really help, so I'm just gonna carry on with my day, I guess. I was planning to make some cookies with Maggie, but I might just start it now because it needs to be refrigerated for a while, and then she can help me finish them later. I don't know. I know she's gonna want to do it, so we'll see. But we're gonna make some cookies at some point, and then we just have to make dinner and hang out the rest of the night. And I hope this headache goes away because it is really debilitating. My goodness.
Try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
Alright, I just made the cookie dough. I'm making Mexican hot chocolate cookies, which is one of my absolute favorite cookies of all time. So we'll finish those up in about an hour after the dough chills, but Maggie was looking at the flower press that I thrifted a couple weeks ago. I think it's originally from Target, from Hearth and Hand. This is the top of it. And we picked some flowers and put them in there a couple weeks ago, and they look like they're ready. So we're gonna do a quick activity that I've been wanting to do for a long time, since like last year I saw about it. But I basically just cut a hole in a paper plate. I'm gonna put some contact paper down with the sticky side up so she can put all the flowers in, and we're gonna make a little DIY nature sun catcher. So we're gonna do that now and wait for our cookie dough to chill. So what you can do is press the flowers onto the sticky part in here, make it look all nice.
That's a really cool one.
That's a cool one. Oh yeah, it has the leaves still. Is that two different ones? Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's cool that can go on there. Another blanket flower.
Another blanket flower. Those are very fall colors.
That's very brown color.
Of course, it's cloudy out right now.
Where they can
Here,
go.
right here. Try it right on this thing. Whoopsie. When the sun comes out, it'll look a lot cooler. But it looks so pretty.
But and I can climb too.
Yeah.
I can kind of see under here.
You can kind of see through there. Very nice.
I can add a Peter one here.
Mm-hmm. That.
I made that.
I mean, I drew the horse part, but yeah, you added all the rainbow. I love the rainbow tail.
Yeah.
And the purple and yellow mane.
And brown mane.
And brown. That looks pretty spectacular. Is it yummy? All right, Maggie is tasting the cookies. Do you like them, Maggie? She said, mm-hmm. very delicious, very, very, very rich. So I might put some in the freezer so that we don't try to eat them all right now, or maybe share some with friends. That would be better. But I think I'm gonna end the vlog here because my headache is raging, and I had dinner in the oven. It's just a simple cheesy pierogi bake thing, like with sausage and ham. I don't even feel like eating it, but I wanted to make sure it was available for Paul and Maggie, and maybe I'll eat later. I think when Paul gets home, I'm just gonna lay down because this headache is not quitting. But I wanna say thank you guys for watching anyway, coming along, listening to my weaning journey update, and hanging out while we did all these random arts and crafts and activities today. We don't normally do that many things, but it was a nice day staying home, and now it's raining, and we're just gonna relax the rest of the night and hopefully have a good night tonight because we really need it. But we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today.